Hi everyone, Aaron and Carol Ann with Perfect Postures, and so what we want to do is we're going to show you a couple exercises, and remember this is going to be, these two are designed for an asymmetrical tilt in the pelvis, and again what we were talking about prior was the pelvis that's supposed to be tilting on the same plane of motion, maybe tilting one side a little bit higher than the other, or maybe tilting a little bit lower than the other side. And that's important because obviously that could lead into sacroiliac or low back issues and all kinds of low back dysfunctions. So what Carolyn's doing, she's lying on her back here, knees bent to 90 degrees, and we want you to cross one ankle to the other knee. And you may have done this in the past. A lot of people call this like a piriformis stretch or a figure four stretch. So the key here though, and a lot of people miss this, when you cross over, if you have tightness in your hip, in the right hip, because that's the leg that's crossed over, the whole pelvis will literally shift away from the tightness. That's really important that you don't let that happen. So where we typically cue people on is that we know it's going to rotate over on almost everybody. So we tell them to lift up the pelvis and move it over just a little bit, probably about an inch or so over. And what that'll do is it'll increase the stretch in the hip. A visual cue for you would be to look at your waistline or your belt line, make sure that it's parallel to the wall that your foot's on. So you're going to hold that for about a minute, and again you should be feeling a deep stretch down in the hip. Carolyn, you could just show them where they should be feeling it, right down, right up into the glute even, okay? So hold that for about a minute or so. Take the leg off, switch sides, do the same thing, and if you feel one side tighter than the other, then you know that there's an asymmetry not only with alignment but with the muscle tension from one hip compared to the other hip. So again, hold that for about a minute. Now the next exercise we're going to do, we're going to have Caroline get onto her hands and knees. We call this like a quadruped type position, or we typically say it's like a sway back horse type position. So Caroline, move over here a little bit, so I'm not sure what's in there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to place this pillow between the feet. Caroline, you're going to scoot back. We'll scoot back a little bit there. So I'm not in the shot here, but I'll just continue to talk. So Carolyn's getting the sway back posture there, which she's going to let her low back sway through. She's going to let her shoulder blades collapse together. Let her head just hang. There's a pillow between her feet, and with the pillow, it could be a just roll up like a bath towel or something that's firm where you're going to give a nice squeeze into. The position's half the exercise. Now from there, she's going to squeeze into the pillow with her feet. And you're not going to feel like you're getting a huge contraction here, but you should feel some work in the inner thighs and up into the hips a little bit. And you're going to squeeze 10 times. You're going to take a break. And then you're going to do 2 more sets. So you're going to do a total of 3 sets of 10 on this. And then when you come on up from there, you're going to walk around a little bit. On this exercise, the sequence, make sure you do the hip stretch first before you do this exercise, because that exercise did set up for this one. So if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot us an email or go onto our Facebook page and post a question on there, and we'll be happy to answer it for you. So we'll see you next week, and we're going to be talking about the next pelvic deviation. So we'll see you then.